Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Counterside video. Alright, collaboration. I think a lot of you guys are really excited for the collab. But this is not going to be a collab that C server or global server will have at the time of me recording this video. Alright, so this collaboration is none other than Geass. So right now you're looking at one of the character. I used to watch Geass about, it's a pretty old anime, if I'm not mistaken, it's at least 10 years or maybe 15 years ago, right? At least there's 2 seasons, but I only watched the first season. Pretty cool mech anime, inspired sort of, what do you call that anime, right? I definitely like it. This is the main character, Lelouch. I can remember him, but I can't remember the rest of the characters, like I could barely remember them specifically. So which server is gonna get the collab? So right now, as of the time of me posting this video, it's going to be exclusive to KR server and JP server. So JP server is also going to have this particular collab because, I mean, let's be honest, right? So JP is where, you know, the anime fanboys are all there. Obviously, if there's any collab, the JP server should be the first one to get it. So they are going to they're going to be more willing to spend a ton of money. So those are the characters, those are the images, official images for the Counterside X Geass collab. So let's have a look at the trailer. Like I said, if you want proof, here is it. So Counterside, the JP is going to have the Geass collab alongside with the KR server. You can see the side story, etc. Very cool. I'm happy for the JP server. JP server is definitely one of the newer server. It's like behind global slightly, but C is still older, right? JP is still like relatively new. They have been having a bunch of rush things. So let's have a look at the PV, the preview. Alright, so I haven't really watched this. This is the promo trailer for the KR side of things. Very cool. So Geass X Counterside. Okay. Alright, I'm not sure if that's a costume because it seems to be like, I think there's only 3 characters. It's like 3 characters and 1 operator. And then I think there's like 2 more, it's like a costume or something. So that's the voice actor that they are releasing. Yeah, very hyped for the Geass collab overall. I'm also curious to know more about the story because I used to watch Geass, like I mentioned. Some of you guys might be a Geass fan as well. I want to see like what intertwines the story. Hopefully somebody will upload it. So this is the character trailer. So let's have a look at the characters itself. So like I mentioned, we're going to have 3 characters. Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything. I already briefly watched this. So let's have a look. Connect. So this is Lelouch, right? Lelouch Lemproch. I could be butchering his name. Alright, supporter. Counter supporter. I believe all 3 of them are counter units. Alright, very cool skill right there. Okay, so this is CC Lancelot Frontier. So she's apparently a ranger, which makes sense, alright. Okay, I like the pink mech. That is so cool. Dang, I love the design. And then lastly we have, this is Kellen Kozuki. And if I'm not mistaken, she's an awakened unit. Mechanic Striker, okay. Ooh, look at her, one-on-one E1. She's huge. The mech is huge, man. The mech is huge. Alright, as you can see, 3 characters that's featured in this particular trailer right here. Very cool for sure. Good job in Nexon or Studio B side, whoever that was able to promote this specifically. So let's move on to brightone.co. So this is where we're gonna have the translated. Alright, so the translated, what do you call this? Translated skills, so that we can have a look at all of it. And you guys can be the judge if I'm also trying to judge this and try to gauge if there's any power creep going on, because like these 3 collab characters, here's the thing about collab characters. If they are really strong, it messes up the power creep system a little bit because they are really strong and new players that comes in later will not be able to obtain them because they are collab limited units. So therefore, as the developer, you have to introduce new, stronger or equal characters to be able to balance out the power creep, so-called. So that's what happens with the Guilty Gear, if you guys are not aware. Guilty Gear collab back then in KR server has a little bit of power creep. Until today, Milia Rage, if I'm not mistaken, is still kind of meta. So as you can see, Lelouch, Lamperoch, counter rearm. Alright, very cool. Supporter, 3 costs, hit ground and air, very cool. Alright, fires pistol at the closest enemy. So this is a rearm unit, keep in mind, so that means the skill can go up to a skill level 10. So let's have a look at the passive. Opening checkmate. Alright, cast the Geass when deployed and seals the skills of all enemies for 4 seconds, not including max. So it's a passive that when you deploy him, everybody's skills get sealed. For 4 seconds, duration goes up to 2 plus 2, meaning 6 seconds total. At level 10, the skill seal effects repeats when he dies. But him being a supporter, he should be usually safe at the behind unless you purposely throw him out to basically just have a bunch of seal skill going on. This can be very interesting because if you play rank, obviously you're manualing, you can control and you see enemies a purple bar is about to fill up, they're going to have their ultimate skill soon, boom, you deploy him to be able to steal a skill. I think this is really cool. Most mechs aren't affected, but there's not much mechs that can benefit from proper strong ultimate skill, maybe except for E1 comms. But other than that, I can see him being very annoying to fight against if you're a counter team abuser. So special skill. Use the optimal strategy, increases skill haste of nearby allies by 25% for 5 seconds. Oh, I was about to be like, luckily it's only for 5 seconds. As I was reading this, I was like, wow, that's broken. That's a better Young Harem. But it's only 5 seconds, but still 25% for 5 seconds is kind of insane. And considering that it's like a aura sort of thing, it's like anyone nearby will get this improvement, kind of cool. So it depends on where you drop him. So buff duration plus 2 seconds, meaning it's actually 7 seconds. That is so good. That is actually good. Wow. Okay, at level 10, restores 10% of max HP to affected allies. This is like so similar to Young Harem. I feel like this guy is going to be a Young Harem killer. Theoretically, based on the skills, based on me reading this. Ultimate skill, okay. 65 seconds cooldown, 3 valid hits. Uses mirrors to affect multiple enemies with his Geass, dealing AoE damage, instantly killing one enemy with less than 30% HP, not including max, okay? So at level 5 instantly kills 2 enemies instead. This is crazy. This is really insane. The fact that you can instantly kill anyone below 30% HP, usually like defenders and stuff, this is going to like pretty much change the meta entirely. And I'm surprised it doesn't include max, but it includes awaken, which is kind of the point, right? Because there's a lot of strong awaken, like awaken Jake, awaken Nayubin, awaken Hilde. Usually this one they tank for you, and when you see your HP drops below 30%, you will want to deploy Claudia or deploy some healers to hopefully prevent them from dying. But with this, he's going to change the meta for sure in PvP. I can see this being really strong. 2 enemies will be killed. Level 10. Damaged enemies are skill sealed for 5 seconds. Okay, a bunch of skill seal right there. So passive skill for Lelouch, he increased the special skill damage by 10% for all allies. This is a passive skill. So far he sounds really broken. My god, the power creep is insane. At level 5, increase ultimate skill damage by 10%. So special skill and ultimate skill damage by 10% for all allies. Is there no limit to this? As long as he's alive. While he is alive, he increased special and ultimate skill for 10%. He's good for raids. He's good for PvE. Oh my god, like he's so good for all the contents right now. He just needs to be alive. There's no duration for this? This sounds broken. Like, I don't know about you guys, but this sounds really broken. This is essentially an operator side skill on its own. 10%? 2 operator side skill on its own. Like this one, at least even though it's broken, right? Increase skill haste by 25%. At least it's like for 5 seconds. Okay. But this one, there's no limit throughout the entire battle. I don't know what to say. That's a lot of damage boost for sure. he might be replacing Young Harem. For a 3 cost, he will replace Young Harem for sure. Hopefully Young Harem in the future get rearm, and then we'll be able to compete with this guy. But my god, he is so broken. Alright, on paper, of course, I don't think I'll be able to test him out. KR server, JP server exclusive. So let's have a look at Cullen Kozuki. If you guys don't know who that is, it's this girl right here. So as you guys can see, she is a Awaken Mech Striker, 5 cost, deployment cost. I'm a big fan of 5 cost Awakens as opposed to 6 cost. It makes them easier to redeploy. Awaken Lee Suyon, Ministra, who else? All of these are 5 cost. So you can see 2 valid hits for basic attack, swings a pair of knives, AoE damage in front, so gains 10 seconds of perfect evasion when deployed. Okay, 10 seconds of perfect evasion, fair enough, more than Awaken Mina already. Able to detect stealth units, gain permanent immunity to hit stun from special skills or lower. So this is for the passive skill. At level 5, creates a barrier equal to 20% of max HP on herself when deployed. This can be destroyed by Awaken Ayubin, so it is what it is. Okay, so she's not a rearm, so she will only have up to level 5 skill. Fair enough. So special skill, 2 valid hits. Fires diffuse radiation, alright, dealing AoE damage in front. Damaged enemies have their health, recovery reduced by 100% for 6 seconds, and will lose 1% of current HP per second for 6 seconds. They take 10% increased damage for the duration of the debuff. Okay, so the debuffs applied via the special and ultimate skills are independent of each other, and the duration isn't extended. This sounds kind of strong, but the increased damage is similar to like Frederick Doma, I think. He has that skill. Lee Jisoo has similar skill on her... I can't remember, is it special or ultimate? Something along those lines. Kind of similar concept, right? At level 5, creates a barrier equal to 10% of max HP on herself after casting the skill. So another barrier again. Increases own attack and attack speed by 30%. Okay, every time she casts special skills, she just becomes super strong. Alright, so Awaken Ayubin is needed to counter her for sure. 3 valid hits for the ultimate skill. So rushes forward, deal massive AoE damage. Damaged enemies have the health recovery reduced by 100%. So basically no healing at all. Lose 1.5% of current HP per second. They also take 15% increased damage for the duration of the debuff. So the debuffs apparently is independent. So if you cast special and ultimate, it can be like, how many percent is this? This is a 10% increased damage. This is 15%, right? So it's like 25%, up to 25% of increased damage, which can be kind of broken. Alright, so crazy stuff. Wow. I just think she is going to be really strong in the future. I really love her. I just wish like she would ever come to other server as well. So let's talk about CC. CC is the green hat girl, this girl right here. Okay, so she is much more accessible, but she's a rearm unit. Okay, so mech rearm, ranger, 4 cost ranger. Alright, can hit all. I like it. So 4 cost ranger similar to Rosaria. Alright, so I have to adjust my expectation and judge her based upon as being a 4 cost. Okay, so fires enemies, whatever, for the basic attack. Passive, you sign a contract, gains 25% more crit damage for 8 seconds after dealing crit for 16 times. Very good with Kamizumi, I can see. Also gain plus 200 crit if her contractor Liloch is on the battlefield. So this is a good buff. Both of them together will give insane value. Level 5 crit plus 10%. At level 10, the trigger changed to dealing a crit 12 times instead. So as opposed to 16 times, 12 times crit, she will gain 25% more crit damage for every 8 seconds. Alright, cool. Special skill, she fires missile, knocking enemies, deal AoE damage. I guess it's similar to Titan where she shoots a bunch of rockets, similar concept I guess. Valid hit plus 1 at level 5. At level 10, skill gains 10% crit damage. Alright. So ultimate skill, fires the Varys rifle at full power, dealing AoE damage in front. So she gains plus 200 crit after using the skill that lasts until her death. At level 10, 15% crit damage. Okay, so every time she uses an ultimate skill, she will be able to get more crit and crit damage. So you still want to give her skill haste so that she casts her ultimate skill as soon as she can. Being able to do that, she will always get bonus crit and crit damage, so hopefully until she dies, right? So leader skill, never lose concentration on the battlefield, gain plus 500 crit for 6 seconds when deployed. Effect cannot be removed. At level 5, the buff lasts 10 seconds. So hers is like whatever, right? It's not as broken as Lelouch. So CC's one is like this bonus crit only applies to her, it seems, where Lelouch's bonus crit, which is what makes him really crazy, special skill and ultimate skill 10% for everyone. What the heck? Who thinks of this? Come on, that is too strong. That is too strong. Alright, I'm glad that at least CC right here is balancing. She's not too strong, so at least like it's not just like straight up all the power creep, right? So let's have a look at the last one, which is Violeta Nu, which is this girl right here. She's apparently an operator. So striker to ranger, okay, 2 conditions, very easy to do. Gives a barrier equal to all allies equal to 15% of their max HP. Barrier to all allies lasts for 10 seconds, cannot be removed. A barrier that cannot be removed, similar to Sigma. While the barrier is active, allies damage taken is reduced by 10%. Additionally, allies max gain special skill damage plus 20% for the duration of the barrier. So this barrier is gonna help not only counter units, but max gets bonus. Wow. Huh. Alright. I like it. Sounds like a very broken operator, but again, so sad that it's not coming to global and C. Huh. Overall concept, very good for sure. Okay, let's talk about the regular characters. So alongside with that, we also gonna get other characters like Gambler, which is a supporter counter 3-cost deployment, which is this girl right here. Her name is Gambler for whatever reason. Okay, so let's have a look. Basic attack moves a black pawn dealing damage. Okay, very basic. Passive, 33% chance to change the pawn into a rook while using the special skill. If this happens, the debuff applied via the special skill is 1.4 times stronger. So at level 5, the debuff applied via the special skill is 3 times stronger. Also gains 10% skill haste every 10 seconds. Ooh, every 10 seconds gets 10% skill haste. Let's have a look at the special skill. What does this do? Summons a chess figure that deal AoE damage. Enemies damaged by the first phase of the attack are stunned. Alright, and those damaged by the last phase lose 10% attack and 100 crit. Okay, 100 crit. At level 5, damaged enemies also lose 8% skill haste for 8 seconds. Pretty crazy. So ultimate skill aims to kill the queen by summoning figures from outside of the board. Dealing AoE damage, enemies damaged by the last attack are blinded. Okay, so at level 5, enemies lose anti-range damage for 10 seconds. So this is a very cool supporter. Based on the skills, it doesn't sound that broken. It doesn't sound like super meta. It's like a more debuffer sort of character. I don't know if she will be needed in any content, but based on me reading the skills, it doesn't sound like this is like that impressive, right? Compared to Lelouch. So let's move on to Alex, Finance Minister Alex. Now she's a rearm and she will be a defender once she's rearmed. So Alex is an SSR striker, so she's a defender when you rearm her. Keep that in mind. Okay, so 3 costs still. I like it. So what changes? Passive. The device is active at all times. All attacks create a barrier equal to 2% of max HP. So when the barrier is active, gains immunity to hit stun from special skills and lower. Okay, barrier power is increased. I like the barrier, although the Awaken Ayubin do counter her, right? So barriers created via the passive can stack up to 2 times. So she's gonna have a lot of barrier, but it's removable though. When the barrier is active, gains immunity. Okay, but it is removable, so Awaken Ayubin still destroys her. But maybe it's like good for PvE, right? Because she's immune to hit stun. That means it's going to be quite good in like, what's the stage? The Shadow Hall Shadow Palace, where ships can knock you back as well. So special skill, damage enemies healing is reduced by 25%. Okay, so at level 5, remove a random non-permanent buff from damaged enemies. At level 10, damaged enemies healing received is reduced by 50% for 10 seconds instead. So ultimate skill, alright, what does this do? AoE damage, creates a barrier again equal to 10% after she casts a spell, more barrier. Additionally, at level 10, it stuns the damaged enemies for 5 seconds. Whew, 5 seconds stun, that's a lot. That's a lot of stun. Okay, so gain 20% damage reduction when you deploy her. This makes her sound really, really tanky. Alright, at level 5, the buff lasts for 14 seconds. So, rearm Alex. This is crazy. This is crazy. So yeah, I think like that sums up all the patch that's happening in KR. Very cool, very cool. They are having a bunch of units. But it doesn't make sense. If you happen to be playing on KR server right now, obviously you want to focus on pulling. Spend all your resources on these collab units because based on what I see, they seem pretty decent. I think Lelouch is like the strongest one. Definitely get this guy. I think he's free. If I'm not mistaken, he's literally free in the collab. Like I saw, if I'm not mistaken, I saw like a KR streamer that plays this. It's free, you get him from the story or something. But I think this one, the Awaken, you must pull. I'm not sure about this one. I think you gotta pull this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of the rearm overall. I mean like not the rearm, the collab. Do you guys think this is like gonna break the meta a little bit in KR server, and therefore we're gonna start seeing more broken characters that come out to try to catch up to this power creep? Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel. This is my second channel. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please check below. If it's red, tick on it so you can turn on the notifications as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.